some students who are on a hunger strike at Wits University say they're starting to feel physically weak as they've spent several days now without food. The students are calling on the university to allow them to register despite historic debt. Siviwe Mafuna, a postgraduate LLB student and one of the students on hunger strike, joins us live now this evening. Siviwe, thank you so much for your time this evening. So paint a picture for us of yet another day without food. How's it going?
Hello and good evening to the viewers. Today is the 6th day without food, just drinking water. A comrade of mine, Siviwe, she was told that she must go to hospital by the ambulance that was called by comrades because she was too weak. By the way, she's anemic, so not eating makes her sugar levels drop more than mine. She said she's not going. The struggle must continue. We must stay here until all unregistered students register, regardless of their historic debt. And for us, it's not even about postgrads only. It's postgrad and undergrad students.
Siviwe, are these NSFAS-funded students?
No. In 2021, NSFAS stopped funding postgrads, which is something that is contrary to what the country should be doing.
What about the undergrads?
They continue to fund them, but not all of them.
So there's a reason why I'm asking you to clarify this, because there's a question I'd like to ask you. So are some of the undergrad students part of NSFAS-funded students?
Yes.
The reason I ask this is because about 2 days ago, right, we were speaking to NSFAS here on the show, and they were talking about the fact that they've given advances to the institutions and they don't want anyone to be left behind. So it's disturbing to hear that there would be some undergrads who are potentially not benefiting from that.
Yeah, when we say the undergrads that are part of this, well, we mean the undergrads that were defunded by NSFAS. We mean the middle, and we also speak about the missing middle, and we speak about postgrads. Imagine leaving the university with just an undergrad in this economy, in this time. Where are you supposed to operate? Where are you supposed to work? The economy now requires that you study further for you to make a meaningful contribution to society.
Siviwe, have you engaged the university at all? What are they saying?
The university speaks to us through media. It hasn't spoken to us as the students who have ignited this uproar, as students who have embarked on the hunger strike. They speak through us in media. They speak about us, trying to character assassinate us. That shows that the university is still operating like an apartheid-style university. It has no regard for black people, especially the black and poor people. It is not our fault that you are black. It's not our fault that you are poor. This is a structural problem that comes from colonization, and the university, although having a black vice-chancellor, perpetuates that marginalization of black people, particularly black and poor people.
What would be your proposal? Let's say, for example, your vice-chancellor is watching tonight. What exactly are you hoping that he does?
The first thing, I want him to remember that he's black. He comes from Katleong, a township. Someone looked out for him, for him to be vice-chancellor now and have a PhD. I want him, when he speaks about postgrads and other students who can't register, to remember that it's not our fault that you are black and poor. And education is a right, it's not a privilege. For those who are lucky, maybe to be adopted by some rich white family or something like that. We demand that every student should be able to register regardless of their historic debt. These things of raising funds and so on is simply putting a bandage to a systemic problem, and the university has such funds to assist us. At the portfolio committee, he spoke about the invisible money that they used to pay for a diesel the last 3 years, which is 200 million. You will never spend that money on a black child. You would rather spend it on infrastructure and impress those that are in charge of the university, people who are in charge of the university.
When the university, for example, when we've been speaking to them in the past, not about this issue, they do speak about the fact that, of course, they have to keep the institutions running. They need to make sure that there's enough money and enough funds to be able to do what they need to do. And in some of the cases, they have said before that they would like to go the extra mile for students, but simply budgets do not allow. So what do you say then to, a university that would say to you in response, we have to keep the lights on, we have to make sure that things are running, and budgets may not allow us to do what you're asking us to do, maybe take your fight to the higher education department? How would you respond?
I'd like the university to remember that it is a public institution. It is not a private institution, a profit-making institution. They get funding even from government. Government bails out your other SOEs like your Eskom, Transnet, and all of that. They too must agitate that government pays out student debt. But we cannot be carrying the burden of funding funds and parading our poverty from office to office, saying, I'm poor, please fund me. No, that time must stop now. The fact that we are black is the reason enough that we must be funded. The transformation agenda must begin to be top of the list of this university.
All right.
Yes.
Siviwe, okay, so you're continuing, right, with the strike?
We are continuing. We're not going to stop with my comrades. And we have the support of the lecturers. We have the support of other organizations around the campus. We are saying we will not eat until all students are registered. And we believe that to exclude students from school, from university education, it is tantamount to sentencing them to death. Oh. Now we're saying we will die in front of the school. We'll die in front of management. We'll die in front of Ziblon, the VC, so that he's satisfied that he has achieved his goal of purging the black African poor child, and to be satisfied that we have died, not die in the village, in the township where he cannot see us.
All right, we'll have to get a right of reply there from the university. Thank you so much for your time, Siviwe. Appreciate it. That's Siviwe Mafuna, a postgraduate LLB student and one of the students that are on hunger strike.